What's going on, fellas? Looks like it's just the three of us. Hobby Tom and John. What's going on, guys? Good to see you both. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so now that the holidays are over, try to get back at it. Oh, boy. Yeah, not much going on here. Waiting on dinner. The doggy should be going out soon. So what have I been up to? Well, holiday stuff. Getting my stuff moved over to Jersey, which is being a hassle. Getting freaking title for my car and insurance and stuff. Bunch of medical stuff. The hand is healed up from the dog bite, so that's a good thing. But I got other issues going on with that. Been doing Darth Talon. That is my big project right now. Is doing Darth Talon. Let me see, which way can I slide? I don't even know. Let me see, that way. Got the Anycubic M7 Max. Cheeto Box finally has it on there. I did 2 test prints that failed already, and the build plate on this thing is huge, so I had to go out. Yeah, it's been a little chilly here too, so I had to go out and get this big old bin so I can clean the build plate in there. So spent more money, not that much money, but I had to spend more money on that. Another silicone mat. So once we're done here tonight, I got to clean out the vat on that because the last print failed, and now I got to try to do another print. What's up, Shoe?
Do-bop, shoe-batty, do-bop, shoe-batty,
Damn YouTube doesn't give anybody notifications. A few people actually on Facebook were looking for me because I'm ground affected. He's one of the guys I watch on YouTube. And they were like, where are your videos on Darth Talon? Are you still putting them up? Benny, what's going on? Free Kyle, friend, free Kyle. But YouTube, yeah, YouTube sucks with the notifications, so it's kind of horrible, and kind of stinks. But yeah, we're doing Darth Talon a little bit every night. I got the base going. If you've seen the videos, starting to do the full length videos again of everything plus the shorts. So this way, both people that like to watch shorts can watch the shorts, and people that like to watch the full length videos can watch the full length videos. Did the lighting on the base. I got to put more of that fluffy polyfill in there to hide the lighting. This way, there's only a couple hot spots left, so I'll jab it in there. And then tomorrow I'll probably do the other part of the base, and I got to do test lighting on these things called Noods. They're Noods, squiggly little LED lights for the lightsaber. The warm white in 12 volt is very bright. And I'm going to see if I got to do a 24-hour test on that. Oh, White Glove Models. What's going on, Kaylin? Nice to see you got your printer going. I think once you get it going, I'm going to love it. I just got to get this thing working, Shoe. It's not such a shock. Even YouTube didn't believe it and notify. No, they didn't believe it either. But this thing, this is the longer one. This is 600, I think. Yeah, this one's 600 millimeter, warm white, and they're nice and flexible. You can put them in stuff. You can go on Adafruit and find these things. I did do a test with this because somebody said you could cut it, and I cut it, and I soldered up both sides are a positive and negative lead. I cut that, soldered it on, but what happens is the one end that you running the power through, it stays pretty bright, and then as you get towards the other end of it, it gets dimmer. And Spence told me why it happens, because they're in parallel or something like that. He would know, and it's not a good thing to cut them and run the power straight like that. I really wanted to do it because it would make it easier to run it through her hand. But I got to see, these get pretty warm, the 12 volt ones. I want to see what it does to the lightsaber, because I hollowed it out at, I think it was 4 millimeters, so there's a little bit of a gap in there. It's not that solid. I could probably go down to 2 millimeter with this and see if it doesn't make it sag, because we don't want that to sag. I had to reprint a whole bunch of stuff on Darth Talon, but that's usually me doing stuff like that. So we'll be working on her. If you're into the Star Wars figure, she's quarter scale too. She's huge. I got parts up on the little clips, so I really can't put her together, but I got pictures out there. I think she's 20 inches tall with the base, so that's the biggest figure I've ever done. And I think I'm going to put her up over there once the wall is done. What's going on, John? Chuck Skull. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Set up the Wi-Fi. I use the app to monitor prints and make sure everything is... I never had luck with the Wi-Fi on any of the Anycubic printers. So I'm going to try it out and see what happens. But I'm usually here. Like the last one, the first one, the REF. Okay, anybody that doesn't print. An RERF test on the printer. It does 8 little doodads with differing things on there. Cylinders, holes, blocks, all sorts of stuff. This way you could see the best exposure, and then you use those exposure settings. And this thing failed on the first try. Shoes had no problem, and Dan Munchkin Modeling Man's had no problem. What's up, Vin? Vin Man, what's going on? And they had no problems. Of course I had a problem. So those failed. I cleaned up the whole damn thing. It's huge. It's a pain in the ass to clean this freaking thing up. It's the only thing I don't like. So I tried a different test on here, and then it was saying what happens is it was saying when the build plate hits where the resin is, the vat, that there's no tension in there or something like that, and it's not seeing it. So what I'm going to do now is finally Cheeto Box has it. I'm going to set up my own test print and print on there and see what happens. It's brand new, so everything should be fine. The only thing I did take off of here, I like this lid. In the back there's 2 little white things. I don't know if you can see them because of my hand, but those are air purifiers. In there was this automatic pump for resin, and I don't use the automatic pump. I just throw in 2 big bottles and watch it, and then throw more in and all sorts of stuff like that. But I think maybe I might grab one of the heaters off my other one, because this vat is heated. But when you close this guy, I found a problem where cold air is still going to get in here. When this lifts up, of course, it's not like these over here that have solid lids, so the heat is encapsulated in there, and it stays and keeps the resin warm. This has big gaps on the back, so the cold air is still getting in there, and that may be affecting the resin. So I'm going to toss one of those heaters in there to keep it really warm in there and see if that was the problem. And if it was, then I know I'm just going to take the air purifiers out, throw those in the corner, order another heater because that has an air purifier on it, and let that thing go, because this thing is going to be a big help when we do our busts and stuff for the shop. So we're going to be doing more of that stuff. Oh no, I was just at the post office, and the lady said tons of people are calling out with the flu, COVID, and colds. Not good. It's the Jersey drones messing up your Wi-Fi. Actually saw one of those Jersey drones. They were pretty darn big. So my conspiracy theory with that was they happened just before they were around Christmas time and New Year's, the big New Year's bash. My conspiracy theory was that they were checking everything out, making sure everything was safe. They probably had leads and stuff, and the military and authorities are not going to tell us, so they don't get the public all riled up. And immediately after New Year's, nobody's seen them again. So that's my theory with the drones. They were just checking everything out, making sure everything was good to go, and keeping everybody safe. Yes, indeedy. I had no hobby links up in the corner over there because I had no pictures. I don't know why the pictures went away, but they did. I got to fix up the YouTube members because some people dropped out and some people joined. I forgot to fix that up, so I gotta fix that guy up. What's going on, Phil? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. So what are you guys up to? I don't know if Kelly's coming down. But yeah, that's what I really think it was, just making sure everything was safe and sound. I'm sure they had intelligence reports on stuff that we should not be privy to, because you'll just cause panic with a lot of people. Like Kelly's on her whatchamacallit, conspiracy theory kicks. But I'm officially a New Jerseyite now. My license should be here in 7 to 14 days, which is good. They have veteran on the license, which is good. The only thing that sucks is I'm going to have to give up my veteran license plates, which are beautiful plates. I love my Army license plates. New Jersey doesn't have anything for veterans on the license plates, so I'm going to have to start writing in and busting people's chops about that. Jim, what's going on, sir? Nice. Printing up the Star Wars build. That's she's my Star Wars build. Darth Talon's mine. So don't forget, group builds. Where's my little I haven't done this in so long. There's group builds. Let's see if it still works. Hey, I got to change that to 2025. 2025 it is now. Working on Striker, a plastic model. Remember those? No, I don't remember those. I've been so lazy. I haven't even taken pictures of all the stuff that's here. I had them all out and I put them all away. I got to still put those up and get my models for sale. Mike Mitchell, what's going on? So I got to change these up. So the TV and movie group build became a flop, so that's going to be gone. I think we're going to only run 2 group builds every year now. Nothing happened with the sci-fi fantasy group build, so that's going to go away. So that's 2 down. The Halloween group build is no longer just the Halloween group build. This is the annual Boyd Crompton Memorial Halloween group build. If you were in it, the guys will tell you I had coins made up, challenge coins. Those were really, really cool. They came out really nice. I think I have them over here. I do have them over here. So I'm going to be doing that again this year. Starting to save up money now. Unfortunately, we didn't 39 months. Jesus, we've been doing it that long? The noise. I'm watching some schmuck on tubes of you. I should probably work on the New Orleans while watching the stream. I don't know who that schmuck is. But yeah, the Christmas thing didn't happen again this year. We'll get back on that this year. Or last year I should say. It didn't happen because I ended up spending our money on these guys, the coins for everybody that was in the Halloween build. To do something special for everybody. I actually sent one to Boyd's wife, and she loved it, and she put it with his memorabilia. So that's going to happen again this year with the coins. We'll do them every year. I'll change up the face. This year it was pumpkins. And if you're interested, I have it already up on community.hobbylinkinternational.com. We have Boyd's build there, so you can post over there. And I also created a Facebook group just for the group build, and that'll run every year over there. It's gone private. I put it private. This way we had some people in there that were spammers to keep them out, and we won't have that problem anymore. So we got a bunch of people that joined up over there. So Halloween staying. These were the different covers that I did. Me and Shu, I think we're the only ones that finished up something for the Christmas build, so that one will go away. So it'll be just Star Wars and Halloween. And they'll both run a year. So you got plenty of time to build a Star Wars or a Halloween group build because nobody's jumping in on any of the other group builds. Maybe if we, get traction on those again, we'll do them. But as for now, cutting them out. Except for, like I said, Halloween. We'll do Halloween every year for Boyd, and we'll do our Star Wars one, and we'll see how that goes this year if people jump in on the Star Wars one. Just reading what's going on in there. So that's that. There's the 2025 Star Wars group build. You have until May the 2nd, I think it is. May the 2nd to get me your pictures and stuff. And then I'll get all that sorted out, and on May the 4th we'll have our group build. Keep the Christmas one? Okay, Shu. Me and you will be the only ones that build for the Christmas one. We'll keep me and you will do that every year. But we'll get back on the Christmas giveaway this year. I spoke to John Dennett. I was apologizing to him because we buy the bus from him every year, and he was saying that this year was very tight and a lot of people canceled orders. So I got to see which busts I didn't get yet, and I'll probably try to order some during the year, like onesies here and there when I got the cash, and then the others at the end of the year, and we'll do the Christmas giveaway again this year. And the Christmas Secret Santa went off very well. That was a good thing. A lot of cool gifts. Everybody was in that, so I got to post that up too. Works for me. I do love Christmas. I do love the Christmas too. We're sad we had to cut this one out this year, but things happen, and we'll have it again. We'll have it again next year, or this year, I should say. I'm saying next year. No, we'll have one in 2025. We'll have another Christmas giveaway. I just got to start saving the money now. This way we could do it, and this way I could get the coins and all that other stuff, because the The coins definitely are not cheap, but I want everybody that's participating to have something for their participation in the group build. I don't know what I know I'm going to do. Where's Q&A? I know I'm going to do Jason Voorhees as soon as I get this guy all set up. I'm going to print Jason on here because it'll go a lot quicker. Plus, he's a big piece. The only piece I'm not going to print on there is the water. I'm going to try to combine. It's in 2 pieces. I want to combine that, and I'll do it on one of the medium-sized printers because I want that in clear because I want to make the water kind of greenish and see-through. That's behind the girl. So that's going to be one, and then I got to do at least 2. I got to do the Donald Duck as Freddy Krueger to finish off that set that I have of Mickey Mouse as Jason Voorhees, and you guys saw that I did Goofy as Leatherface. I just ordered the Steampunk Manta Ray kit. Oh, that's an interesting one. What's going on, Ken? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I never seen that one, Steampunk Manta Ray kit. The other quarter scale one that I am going to do, I really like these quarter scale figures. They're just gigantic, but there's a Spartan girl that I want to do. The Spartan girl. Let me see. I'll go to CG Trader. Trader.com. CG Trader. Let me log into CG Trader so I can go see what I've purchased. Come on. Authenticate me. You know it's me. HobbyLink International. That is I have something Black Friday sale. Wow. I haven't read that one. So that's an old. What's in something in my cart? Sean Connery is in my cart. Sean Connery. Wish list. No. It's under purchases. Where is my... Ooh. John Marston. I got to do that one too. Did the Krampus. If you guys didn't see the Krampus, I have the videos up. Krampus. That was an awesome build. That was a very, very fun build to do. And I was shocked. The creator of that posted my build up on his Patreon, which was very cool. I've never had anybody like go around posting my stuff before, so that was pretty cool. Let me make sure that you're seeing what I'm seeing. I'm waiting for it to change. Let me see if it changes. I don't know what it's on. Nope. I guess not. You're seeing the back end. Why is teaching screen showing the back end? We don't want that. We don't want that. Where is... Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the Spartan girl. That took a while. Man, YouTube is slow today. This is the other one I want to do in quarter scale. I think this one's a pretty cool figure. Somebody did her already. Painted it up for him. And they did a really, really nice job. I like the leathers on there. I may end up having... I know I complain about scale 75, but I may order just their leather colors. Because the leather colors that they have are awesome. Nothing beats their leather. So I might have to just deal with the paint in the neck paint line and just grab those. I think it's 4 leather colors or 5 leather colors they have, and they're really, really sweet. So I want to do her at quarter scale. She's sideways. She's sideways again. She's sideways again. And again, I don't remember these pictures being sideways. Uh-oh, Blaine is barking. He's barking at the helicopter. So, yeah, that's one more that I want to do at quarter scale. I'll probably only do like 3 or 4 of them because they're just gigantic frickin' builds. They're huge. Raptor's done working on the base and should have it finished this weekend. Sweet, Ken. That's awesome. The Mothman will be a cool one. That is a cool model coming out. Did a hell of a job. Thank you very much, Benny. Thank you. Yeah, that one I'm actually pretty proud of. I made sure I got it in. I got it in done. I think I was done Christmas Eve, and then I took the pictures on Christmas Day. That was a fun build. A lot of gap work on that one, but that was awesome. And if you're gonna do snow, the AK Interactive Snow set, the different ones are really cool, and they work well. Hold on. Hopefully, I'm sure this one of them One of them, this one is definitely going to dry up on me probably because I'm not going to use it. Oh, it's still wet. That's a little mush. That's a little dry on the side. The AK Terrain Snow Acrylic, this is good. This was the base layer down as like kind of fluffy snow, and then you can use like a paintbrush with water to make it, you know, hilly or however you want it. So that's nice. That's as your base coat. Then you have the snow micro balloons, and I put this over it. Now, if you get this, if you get the snow micro balloons, and you, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little thing of dust coming out. This is really powdery, and make sure you wear a mask using this, because if you breathe this in, you're going to screw your lungs up big time. But the micro balloons, while this is still wet, the terrain's snow, you put the micro balloons over that, and it makes it look kind of like fresh powdery snow under his feet. This stuff is really cool, but wear a mask. This stuff is really dangerous. And then there was the snow sprinkles. This stuff is good too, and good. It's still watery, still wet. This I used on the front of the diorama where things, the snow was kind of melting, and this crystallizes and kind of looks like icy snow, slushy snow as it's drying up. And then you could put a couple layers on to make it look thicker or more crystallized. So this is really, really good stuff. I enjoyed working with it. Easy to work with, easy to clean up. Just be careful with the micro balloons, and it looks like, totally looks like real snow. Now the thing is to see what happens with this over time. Does it yellow or does it stay white? Hopefully it stays white. Technically, I get to start on it with the Bassard Collector Assembly. Sci-Fi Model Guy is actually using my mod and is... I really need to start printing again. I had to get another 5 terabyte hard drive just for the files I've been hoarding, and most of them are still zipped. What I do now is we belong, and that's another reason we got the Max. We belong to Patreon, and a lot of them have their files on Gumroad, so I don't even have to keep them on my computer. They're on Gumroad. If Gumroad ever says that they're going to go out of business, then I have to take them off. But if you're buying stuff, check out Gumroad. You could put in the artist, and you can just buy them there from specific artists. And then once you buy it there, it stays there, and you could just download from there, and you don't even have to worry about it. Like if I click onto this one, this is where the file is. You just download it, and it's there. As long as Gumroad stays active, we won't lose anything. But I do have to do a bunch of busts. We're going to put them on the shop. I'm going to do the Rocketeer bust over here. Sorry, they're small, but I just got Penelope Pitstop. Got this Wonder Woman today. Cammy, Supergirl Bombshell, Yennefer. The Grinch, we're going to try to print these up for Christmas. This way we have those on the shop. And which one we're going to be doing? This Rocketeer soon. Some of my files aren't on here, like Bewitched. I'm going to be doing a Bewitched one to put on the shop. So we got a bunch to pick from in here to put on the shop. It's just getting them done and getting them on here. But I want to do this one. I want to try to do Mr. Oogie Boogie over here for Halloween. So I got this one, the mayor. We got Jack on the sleigh, or the whole diorama of Jack on the sleigh with the skeleton reindeer. Mr. Oogie Boogie's down here. The mayor's down here. So if I could get this one done, I'd have to start that soon, because you know me. I'll start it today, and it'll be just in time done for Halloween. So I got to go through these and see what we're going to start printing up. I'm going to print up Xena for myself. That's going to come out like crap. We are going to put the Goblin King on the shop. He's going to be on the shop. Rambo Bust is going to be on the shop. Where is it? I got to do this guy once I find it. Don't look at her hiney. Don't look at her hiney. We got a full Rambo. This one I have to do, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. This guy I'm going to print out. He's going to fit on the big printer. And this actually comes in a huge diorama. You can do a huge diorama of all the guys. Right here. Here it is. I know it's hard to see, but the 4 guys are in a diorama, which is awesome, or I can do them as singles, 1/6 scale. I think they're 1/6 scale, so they're not overly large. We got a ton of stuff I want to do. Slimer, I got tons of stuff I want to do. It's just to get it all done. But yeah, if you buy files, come over to Gumroad. Look for the people you know, and you can just buy them, put them here, and then you don't have to worry about holding onto them on drives or anything like that, which is nice. It saves room on my computer. Yeah, your Gumroad is loaded too. That's right, Spence. No chewing gum off the side of the road.
Most illogical.
It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Let me know when you get Samantha. I am going to be Goblin King from Labyrinth. From Labyrinth, David Bowie. What's up, Sir Dirk? What's going on, sir? Dirk, you've been stalking me a long time. Yeah, Samantha is going to be, I got to do test prints on her. The biggest one I think I'm going to have trouble with on her is the moon, because it's a ball. Getting that to stay in a ball shape without having any major defects in it, that's going to be the hardest part of the print. But I'm definitely going to print her. Oh, that actually would be a good Halloween build too. That would definitely be a good Halloween build. But yeah, she's going to be on the shop. I don't know how big she is. Usually UELs aren't that big, like Mr. Magoo. I got to finish him. He was more on the smaller side at 100%. I blew him up to 200%, so he was bigger and more noticeable, I guess. But most of them are smaller, so I gotta mess with those, especially the Samantha one. I want to see how big it is. If it's a little diorama like that, or a vignette, whatever you want to say, I might blow her up to like 150%. But that would definitely be a good Halloween build. Watch, I'll put them on the shop. Everybody's going to buy those like we did with Boyd's Halloween group builds. If something came out like the Grim Reaper, everybody was doing the Grim Reaper, or the year Michael Myers came out, everybody's doing Michael Myers. Yes, he's always on that Facebook. He's always on that Facebook doing Facebooky kind of things. Yes, he is. That's what I was doing. That's what he was doing. Oh, that's messed up. That's probably true, though, Shu. Viginet? Vignette. Vaginet. Viginet. It's a vignette. I can't say things. Words are hard, right, Dirk? Chris is everywhere. Chris is definitely everywhere. Dirk is another one that's interested in the Samantha, the bewitched diorama. Ruben. Yeah, I seen what you said. That was going to be a big disappointment again. I'm always a disappointment. That's my job in life, is to disappoint everybody. No, I've been busy with a lot of doctor's appointments, trying to take care of myself health-wise. I got another one February 18th with a pulmonologist to check my lungs, because the CAT scan found even more nodules than last time, and they found, I don't even think I've been on to tell you that. Yeah, they found more nodules than last time. They found nodules on my lymph nodes, so they want to check everything out and make sure I'm okay. Hopefully, words are very hard, especially tonight for some reason. Doing this live thing is vignette, actually, according to the Goog of the L's. I'm going with vignette. I'm going to go with vignette. I make up my own words. It's like somebody commented on one of my shorts. Why do I call like all the pieces to a model this guy, or the printers this guy? It's inanimate objects. I've done it since I'm a kid. Cars I call girls or she. So I'm always calling it something that it's not supposed to be. Like one of the guys that was on the shorts too, Piano TM, because I was calling them the snaky things on her head, and because of him I remember Leku or Leku, I don't know how to say it, but it's Lekku, is those things on Darth Talon's head. So he told me how to say those. So I do remember because he told me, but I will still call them the snaky things. I make up words for everything. That's how I get through life, making things up. I really want to rent a Tesla now and park it in a pier so I can watch all the cars and trucks passing on the dashboard. Screw Tesla. I just stabbed my palm with the X-Acto knife. I'll never work again. There you go. You gotta try to bleed out. Yes, that's it. That's what I just spelt. Lekku. Leku. We're gonna say it's French. Leku. which in French, le queue means snaky things on top of one's head. Did it hurt? I could see you saying, did it hurt? And I hope so. Snaky things. They are snaky things on the top of the head. No, I got bit on the artery of my hand, and I was bleeding profusely. Bleeding very badly. Very, very badly. And it was a very traumatic event. Very traumatic. The prosthetics, maybe fleshy tentacles, maybe not. I don't know what they are. Put some dirt on it, you'll be good. Yeah, those things are huge too. Now, we're not all as tough as Benny, who sliced his arm off, picked it up, wrapped it with duct tape, and went back to driving. Take a salt tab. I just actually filled up my water softener with salt tablets. So, Chris, if you need salt, I got plenty of salt in there. Which, if you don't have one at home, get a water softener. Especially in New Jersey. Makes a huge difference. Yo, what's going on, Gil? Good to see you, kind sir. Hope you're doing well. Another evening of doing nothing on my live streams. Unlike Gil actually paints and does stuff. So if you want to watch painting and stuff, go over to Red Dragon Model Works when he has his hangouts. You'll actually learn a thing or two. I jump on those sometimes when I get a chance, and most of the time when I'm watching, I don't comment because I like to watch and listen to the guys. What towel and duct tape works well? There you go. What's going on, Dan? There's the other guy besides Shu that got his M7 Max up and running, unlike me. My M7 Max is not working right now. Well, not that it's not working. It's working. I just got to get it dialed in. What? You know what I have, Mike? I got plastic bags to put on a sucking chest wound. No problem, Gil. Yeah, you always have great live streams. You learn a bunch. You laugh at the guys talking. They got a good group over there. That's always together, and you'll definitely learn some good techniques. I got to get back to doing some stuff on live streams, except showing my ugly face on here. What are we, MacGyver now? We'll chew up some chewing gum, throw it on the wounds, put the frickin' tinfoil over it, and you're good to go. You're good to go. But yeah, tonight after we're done chit-chatting for a while here, I'm going to run the dogs out. I'm going to clean up the vat on this thing. I wish I could show you, grab the camera and show you, but I can't. The vat is gigantic on this thing. I mean, it's huge. It's heavy to pick up, and it's a pain in the neck to filter out. And then when I do the cleaning, I really have no place to put it. I'm going to have to shift some more of this crap that way and make some more room on the other side. I got to put my foam cutting table somewhere because I haven't used that in a while. I don't plan on doing a diorama where I need it, so I got to toss that, move this stuff so I can have some more room. You need to do a head-to-head. Same print on an M5S Pro and see the differences. I do. Actually, if you've seen, Dan posted some pictures. He didn't do the RERF test for the exposure, but he did their basic test with that little pot-like thing, the little intricate ornament or whatever it may be, and it was beautiful. It looks good. It looks crisp. It looks clean. So I bet you there's not going to be that much of a noticeable difference. I think maybe people that 3D print a lot, like we do, we might notice the difference between the 7K and the 14K, but don't go by the Ks on these things. It really isn't 14K or 12K or 7K. It's got to do with the pixels, and when it's a whole mathematical thing, and we'll talk to Spence about that. But yeah, it's not really 12 and 14K, but they've gotten much better from my Mono X. The Mono X was 4K, and I did, you guys saw Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. She came out beautiful. Nice, crisp, clean detail. The biggest difference that I see between the 4K and the whatchamacallit, the 12K and the 14K is the layer lines. The layer lines are a lot less and a lot less noticeable. The 4K, you can still see kind of big ridges on there, and you kind of got to work on those a little more. So the printers are getting better and better. With the 12K, if I don't have my magnifiers on, I can't see the layer lines at all. You know, It's you really got to be looking. If we film it on camera, you're going to see it because the camera picks up every little thing. But to the naked eye, you're not going to see those things, especially when there's primer and paint on there, unless whoever printed it really printed it at a bad angle and the islands are built up and they're really big. But otherwise, you're not going to see it. Like when I printed, which one? What's up, homie? We just got a live show. You can come in. When I printed Darth Talon's first head, the angle that I put her on, you could actually see when I shine the light on it, you can see the islands on it. So I reprinted her head. What's up, dude? Need something?
Nah, I just have something to tell you.
What do you got to tell me?
The Penguins?
Suck.
Nah, they waived Jari.
They got rid of him?
They waived him, yeah.
We're going with Nedeljkovic and who?
I guess.
Shu. This is good information for Shu. Shu's a Penguins fan too. The Penguins waived Jari, Shu. He's gone.
Yeah, they put him on waivers. I guess they're waiting for teams to see if they're going to
Yeah, somebody to pick him up. Lady Boo came out amazing. Nice. Yeah, that 7K is gonna look nice. Thank you for the info, brother.
You're welcome. Bobby texted me. I'm sleeping.
Help mom with the dogs because they got to go out. If you pixel size in under 30 microns, I really don't think it matters. That depends on little light source elements. Yeah, with these guys, you really can't. Yeah, goodbye, Jari. We just bombed out 3 games in a row. But with the 12K and 14K, you really can't see. There's no difference. If I print on that one over there, the far one, not that. That's the wash and cure machine. But that one there is the 12K. That's the mono, the M5S. This is the M5S Pro. That's the 14K. If I print those both at the same time, the same thing, you can't see a difference. There's no difference in the quality. I see a major difference using different resins. Like I use the, who are they going to go with without Jari? Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic is a better goalie than Jari. Plus we got that kid in the minors. That's pretty good. What was I saying? Those, you can't tell the difference with those at all. And then Dirk asked me something about hockey, and I lost my train of thought, damn it. But yeah, you can't tell the difference between these two at all. The only time I can tell the difference is if I really orient something the wrong way and I get super thick layer lines, and that's on me. I was going to tell you, if you buy... I don't like using pre-supports from most people, but I was having some problems with Darth Talon, so I decided to use Abe 3D's pre-supports. If you buy Abe 3D files, use their pre-supports. The only bad thing is, and it's not even a bad thing, they use medium supports, so make sure you warm them up really well to get them off easier. But they orient them very, very well. They come out perfect every time I print it with their pre-supports. And they're not like Wicked does it. Wicked, I'm trying to think who else I have. CA3D, and I think Kutan all do it. They don't use the spheres on top of the supports, which sucks. Because who wants to go around, unless you go in there with clippers and clip each one off and then sand it down, that's a pain in the ass. You want to just rip them off. They don't use spheres, so they leave divots in all your prints. Abe 3D does theirs in Cheeto Box, and they put the spheres on top so it all pops off nice. Just got to warm them up a lot. Me, I take a lot of gambles with my 3D prints. I use a lot of light supports, which is crazy, but 90% of the time it works out, and they're a lot easier to get them off. You just run them under hot water, and then just rip those suckers off. Which one of the swans was the Jari fella? 12 and 14K, yes. I don't remember where I was going, Dan, with 12 and 14. We were talking about how awesome Rust-Oleum is. Rust-Oleum sucks, but I did use Rust-Oleum. I did, because I couldn't find my Krylon. What do they call it? What do they call this shit? I don't remember what they call it. For the red ring around Darth Talon's base, if you've been watching the videos, and you should be watching the videos, Rust-Oleum frosted glass. This actually worked very well. I had to put on 3 layers, and it frosted it up very nicely. The only thing is, holy smokes, spray this outside unless you have a spray booth pulling the fumes outside, because this thing was nasty. Who is that?
I don't know. What's that banging?
Hi, Kelly. We're talking about frosted glass, but this one's nice. Takes a few layers if you wanted a really frosty type of glass, but it really does stink. So wear your mask and do it outside. Don't play with that stuff inside like me. Even my mom was like, "What are you doing down here?" Because it went out into the hallway. It stunk up the whole downstairs. So yes, I did use Rust-Oleum, and shockingly enough, Spencer, this actually dried. The first layer dried within about an hour, and I hit it again and let it sit for an hour, and it was to the touch. It's not fully cured, of course, and I threw a third one on there, and then I let it sit for about 24 hours, and it came out fine. So I did use the Rust-Oleum. Yeah, she's going to take the dogs out. She's going to take the dogs out. But yeah, the Spence, when I do it, like I said, if you see Dan's picture of his first test print, his came out beautifully, and I bet you if I put that up against one of these 12 or 14Ks, you're not going to tell the difference. Even Omar printing, he's got the old M3 Max, which is basically the same. It's the exact same thing. The M3 Max is the same size build plate, same size vat. They're both 7K, so they're both the same thing. I think they changed the lighting system in this to a Fresnel lighting system. But it has some more features like detect things in the vat. This way you don't crush your screen. The nice thing is the vat itself on this is heated. Oh, if you didn't know this, Dan, you know the vat is heated, but I have to go through the controls. But if you go through, hey, what's going on, Tom? But if you go through the controls, you can preheat before you print, and you can change the temperature. I set mine up to 32 degrees Celsius. But the nice feature on this guy, you too, Shu, the nice feature is if you're warming up your resin before you print, like I have to warm mine up, the build plate goes up and down, up and down, up and down in the resin. This way it's constantly moving the resin so it's not sitting there stagnant, and it's warming up the resin at the same time. So you're not going to get like these two guys over here. They've been sitting for about 4 days with the resin in there. Don't worry about it. That's fine. I've let my resin sit in there for 2 months. You just got to take it out and shake it up really well. But those right now, because that plate doesn't move up and down, I have to empty the vats. I got to put it back in the bottle. I got to shake it up and then put it back. This one, as soon as I put it in, I can heat it, and I don't have to worry about it sitting there because it'll go up and down for a half an hour until the print is ready to go. Yeah, it works. It works really nice. You just got to find it in the settings. The settings are a little bit of a pain in the neck on this. It's not really that clear where to go. There we go. Let's see. Okay, if you go into the settings, and then on the top, the last one to the right says Other. You click in that. The top one is your heating resin vat. Oh, I don't want it to auto heat. And that's where you could start warming up your resin beforehand, before you do anything. Underneath where it says auto heating, don't click that. It's got the little triangle play button because that'll start it right away. But underneath that is the temperature. You can set your temperature. I set both of these heaters and this heater at 32 degrees Celsius. This way it gets it nice and warm. Let me get out of there before I mess something up. But yeah, that works well, especially if you just poured the resin in there. Maybe it's a little chilly in the house or something. Let it sit for a half an hour, do its thing, and then print, and it'll be good to go. Sounds like a nice improvement on what we got last year. I heated mine in the sink of hot water prior to print. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm too lazy to do that. I just toss it in there. I let the machine do what it's got to do. My room is warm, so I don't take long for mine to... Nice. Yeah, this is not warm at all. So Mom's been packing more of her stuff up. Kelly's brought stuff to school, so slowly this is getting emptied out. So hopefully in the spring, because what I did, this door is so drafty. The other week, last week, it was really cold here. I got insulation and I stuffed it up at the top and it stuffed it down the sides to stop the draft from coming in here. But hopefully in the springtime, I'll get the new garage doors, and those will have brand new seals on them, and I don't have to worry about that. And like I said, this door anyhow is going to get the guy said he'll come back, throw him a few bucks, and he'll take down the railings for the garage door, and then I'll pin the garage door up so it can't go up or down on this side, and we'll put the fake wall with a lot of insulation, because over there is where the printers are going to go. Going with my man Omar, getting the stainless steel table, but I'm going a little overboard because of the dogs and stuff like that, and people like touching stuff. It's got locking cabinets on the bottom. I want to keep all the resins and all the dangerous stuff locked away. And the next thing I'm trying is, I know we're talking a lot about 3D printing, but I'm pretty much into 3D printing now. I'm not going with alcohol anymore for the first rinse, because if you know what I do, the first rinse is always dirty alcohol. I'm going straight with simple green or mean green, either one, and rinsing it off with that, and then giving it its mean green bath, rinsing that off, and then the final one will be clean IPA to get anything off. So I want to see how that works out, because then in the long run, that's going to end up cheaper, because I just bought, it's under the desk, Simple Green, 2.5 gallons, right? 2.5 gallons of this Simple Green. I think it was only 20 bucks. If I can't even buy 20 bucks worth of freaking, it's not going to end up 2 gallons, 20 bucks worth of freaking alcohol. But this will last me longer, and it's a lot cheaper for me to use that as the cleaning solution. And the last thing, that's how you do it now? Okay. Yeah, I want to move totally off the IPA one. It's a hassle because the dirty IPAs that I have, and then not the beer, the alcohol. Well, I guess they're both alcohol. When it gets really, really dirty, then I got to bring it down to the hazardous waste disposal place, and they only do that, I think, once a month to make sure that it's gone, properly, the whole bucket. It's easier to get rid of this than that. I can strain out everything and any of the bits and pieces of resin, and then dispose of it properly. Do you still dilute the Simple Green, or just no? The Simple Green is diluted. The Wash and Cure, my other bucket, it's a 2-gallon bucket, so I put a gallon of Simple Green in there and a gallon of water, and then I let it go. But I think Shu might have had the same problem I had with the magnets, and I think my problem with the magnets was when I cleaned out the bucket, I didn't fill it up right away. It sat for like a week, and I think that's when it corroded. I think if those magnets would have stayed wet, it would have been fine. But while I was at Home Depot, I'm going to grab it next time when I change out the Wash and Cure. There was a new formula for Simple Green that's safe for metal. So I'm going to get that one to put into the Wash and Cure. This way, hopefully it saves the magnets. Yeah, none of my resin is water washable. It's all just regular resin. But yes, I dilute the Simple Green. Even in this guy back here, this is my new big bucket. My new big bucket for the build plate. So I couldn't fit it in the Home Depot bucket, so I had to get a bin. And this is a gallon. This is a gallon of water and a gallon of Simple Green. And I got a little toothbrush, scrub all the resin off, and that's that. Yeah. So I had to get that bucket or that thing because this guy is the new build plate. It is gigantic. I will get the other build plate for a medium size, the medium size one, and show you that. I never had a small printer. My brother had the smaller printer, and the plates are freaking tiny. This guy and this guy, same exact size, same exact build plate. But this guy here, this is the build plate on a medium-sized printer. And that is the build plate on the Max. So you can see how much more room I have to do or I have to work with, a lot more room. I can fit, like Darth Talon, I would have fit everything on here and been able to do her body and everything in one shot. Then I would have had to do the base in 2 parts. The base I had to squeeze on the little ones. But the good thing about this one, I'll tell you in a second. So these are considered medium, these two, and that's a large size printer. And if things go well in the future, we'll be getting another one of these large size printers. But Jalen, who's not here, Jalen was happy, and I'm happy too, because on this one, the base is huge on Sniper Wolf from Metal Gear Solid. That is going to be another one that I'm going to do. She's not even quarter scale. Her base is just so big. I need to do it on this printer. But now that I got the bigger printer, I don't have to shrink her down, and I could do Sniper Wolf. So she'll definitely be coming up as one of the builds that I do. I do a 50-50. Yeah, 50-50 works best. Yep. You let caustic alkaline and oxygen combine. Wag's finger. Yeah. It was bad, Spence, and I'm pretty much guaranteeing that's where I ruined it instead of putting the liquid right back into the tub. So I don't think I would have ruined my magnets that way. But I am going to go with that simple green. That's good for metal. Says it's okay for metal. Let me see. Another reason why I love FDM printers. The FDMs are nice. The FDM snake. The FDMs are definitely nice. And my brother's got, what did he pick up? The Bamboo Labs A1 or something like that. He picked that up. That FDM printer is pretty awesome. But I do have to do. I still want to do some plastic models that I have. You know, I don't want to get rid of everything that's up there. There are some Star Trek ones I want to do because I really don't want to print out an Enterprise. I really like the plastic for the Enterprises and stuff like that. So there's still stuff up there that will do. So it's not bad, not bad at all. 8:53. Yeah, we've been chatting for an hour. If you know, you know. Yeah. I don't know a lot. I go to Spence for a lot of things. I message Spence on the Telegram, especially about the nudes. I was telling him about the nudes, Spence, at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you caught it. I was explaining that I did cut it, that there is a positive and negative, but the light stays bright here and gets dim at the top. And Spence was saying because of their running parallel, right, Spence, if I'm right? They're running parallel, so it kind of messes it up going up the top. I don't know. Something like that. I would like to get an FDM printer to do functional things like stuff for the workbench and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with the FDM printer. So eventually, you know, I'll get one of those for certain things that I need on the bench, or if they get, you know, really, really good, I'll do some bases on them because it'd be better to do the bases on them in the filament instead of wasting all that resin. Yep, it's science. That's what I said. That's what I said to you. It's a science, I think. Yeah, so I didn't cut those down, but I am going to do the test on it, Spence. I'm going to throw that 12 volt. I don't think I'm going to be able to flip it over because I can't get it back through her hand. So I want to do the 12 volt, but I don't know. I got to see. I might order another 3 volts and put those in there because they stay kind of cool, and shove both of those up into the lightsaber. Strange New Worlds Enterprise model. Oh, very cool. I still got to finish. I got to do a Voyager. Any cubic Cobra has a nice one and a good price. Sweet. That I'm telling you though, that Bamboo Labs one. Holy cow! He does some nice stuff on there. Yeah, COPD and resin, such a good thing. Not such a good thing. You got the smells of the resin, smells of the alcohol, all those good smells. And they're not good for your lungs either. Not at all. That is what she said. That's what she said every single time. That's what she said every single time. I didn't even eat dinner yet. I got to decide what I want to eat for dinner. I got to clean up the bench, probably spray. If I get time, it's 9 o'clock. I might not be able to do it tonight. I'm just going to clean up the printer and do another test print. I'll paint the bottom of the base tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I think I saw LED filament with both connectors on one side. There is. You are right, Spence. I seen it, but I can't find. Somebody posted it. Where did they post it? I don't think it was on Facebook. Might have been on the RPF that somebody posted, but they didn't come in the long enough lengths yet. But they definitely have it on both sides. I did see. You did see it. You are correct. I've been looking for it with the length I need. If I can find that, and then I'll do something else with these nudes. These nudes are actually pretty cool. Like there's a build I want to do that has a neon sign. So if I print it up and I use these, then these I can wrap around my hands. You can make letters out of them. You can do whatever you want with them. This would be good for like lighting up the back of a neon sign. And they do come in different colors. I think this guy had a break in the middle. Felt like a cut in the middle. But yeah, I can't even get you over there. Otherwise, I'd show you how bright this is. This is the 12 volt. The 12 volt is super bright, but like I was telling Spence, this guy got super warm really quick, and he had he had a very good point where the lightsaber that I made, that I printed up, has nowhere for the heat to escape, especially as soon as I put it, once I put it into the hilt of the lightsaber, and then I light block her hand and everything, the heat is going to have nowhere to go, and probably eventually sag and break. So I'll probably go with the 3 volts and go with those because they were a lot cooler. And the problem is, and Spence put me onto these because I was looking for these too. So these I got off Amazon. I wasn't sure about them until Spence told me that's the same one he got. I think they're called Bucks or something like that. But my power source is 12 volts because I have LED strips in there that are 12 volts. I'll open this one up because I have to play with these anyhow to make sure. But what this does, this little guy here, there's a nice little arrow on the back of it, and the positive and negative of the 12 volts is going to come in here, and then it's going to flow out at 3 volt. There's a little, I guess, potentiometer or something like that over here with a little flathead. I'll turn that screw. I'll put my multimeter on here to see what the voltage is coming out. I'll turn that screw, and it'll take the 12 volt down to 3 volt. And like Spence said, this may fluctuate, so I'll bring it a little bit under the 3 volt, and that's how I'm going to be able to run one 12 volt power source to a 3 volt LED strip and the 12 volt LED strip, and this will get tucked up into the base, and we'll be good to go. I think I might have paid $20, and there's like 10 in here, so at least I know if I do some more stuff, I have plenty of these to go around. Or if somebody does something and you really need one, let me know, and I'll ship you one. I'll ship you one of these suckers made in China. Put that in the mess. I got to clean that mess up tomorrow. I got the Lego Neptune. Oh, 9 o'clock. Time to take medication. Got to keep the blood pressure down. Threads. Oh, is that the one, Spence? Is that the thread with the guy that showed them on there? Yep, that's the one. Those are them. The only problem was they weren't freaking long. That one looks like it might be long enough. No holes, negative, positive. See, that would work out beautifully. But did he put a link? All right, let me go. I'll go to the teaching screen so I'm not keeping you guys in the dark about anything. When the RPF pops up, there it is. Okay, of course they have all this advertising on here. Come to community.hobbylinkinternational.com. We don't have advertising on our site. Those LEDs that I just showed you, the strip, This has 2 prongs on the back to do positive and negative. The one I have has one at the back, one at the front. So what I got to do is kind of tuck it over, bring magnet wire down the back side. This way it's hidden. This one would be beautiful because then this would come right down her hand and through. I got to see if I can find this in a 300 millimeter because they don't come in custom sizes. And the lightsaber that I'm doing is, I think, 218 millimeter long. 72 parallel, 1 series, 2.8 to 3.2 volt. Cool temperature, warm white. That's what I want. Did he give a link to where you could find these, or did he just like post them up? LED soar filament. It'd be nice if... Oh, he gave you the Google search for them. Oh, it looks like they have them on AliExpress. Oh no, I am not signing in or signing up. So sorry, my friends. No, would you stop that? Stop that. That's no so bueno. Flexible LED, co-directional electrode. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, get out of here. This is 300 millimeter? 1998? Oh, it doesn't come until February, though. They got it in warm white? They got it in warm white at 300. Now, I don't want to wait. Well, February 6th isn't too far off. I'm going to see if I can find these somewhere else, because this would help out a lot. And that's the same exact thing as the nudes. That casing is exactly the same, except they got the points. Hey, look, lightsaber. Lightsaber. Yep. Thanks, Spence. I'm definitely going to look for these and see if I can find them, and if they can get here a little bit quicker than frickin' February something or other. 300 millimeter would be perfect, because that I can tuck into. Some would actually go into the hilt of her lightsaber, and then a little bit into the hand, and it still would be cool. So it wouldn't be super hot, which is a good thing. That's a good. 200 millimeter warm white. She needs half a red saber. Yeah, the saber. The saber I'm gonna do. Here's her lightsaber. Yeah, let me grab the hilt. What did I do with the hilt? Here's a lightsaber. Printed this guy up, basically like Jalen said. I printed up a straw. This is frosted already from me sanding it down. But I'm going to take the Tamiya clear red. I'm going to paint this the clear red, and then I'm going to frost it with this stuff again, but outside this time so I don't kill myself. Frost that up. The LED goes up in here because I have it hollowed out. Hollowed out her hilt and actually made a hole in the side here, and I already played with this. I could get the wire through, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me see where's her other hand. And I made a hole. You can't see that. A hole in her hand. So the hilt hole. That's the only bad thing about this print. This is it's kind of loose and sits in her hands a little funny, but not much I could do about that. But the hole in the hilt and her hand line up perfectly. And then this guy will go on here, and it'll be clear red, so when the light isn't on, it'll still be red, but when the light is on, it'll be bright. And like, I didn't even think about that. Spence is my buddy there. He's always helping me out. If I were to use a bright white, it would probably look pink. So the warm white or a cool white, make it look pink. The warm white will keep it a red color. So we want to keep it red. So that's it. It's a pretty long. This is 218 millimeters. This guy. So that's crooked because I took the pin out. If I had the pin in there, it would be straight. So it'll be like that, and it'll be lit up. Why I always have to light things up instead of just painting it? I'll tell you why. Because I suck at OSL. I suck at painting, but I have fun painting. So this guy will be lit up. I do enjoy the lighting aspect of things, but it just makes the build that much longer. and that much harder, but it is fun, and it's definitely enjoyable. You know what's funny? Now I complained about how the hilt was sitting in her hands. It didn't want to come out there. So that's the 3 parts on there. The unfortunate part too, where did I put her? Where did I put, oh, her head's in primer. Oh, her head's not in primer. Her head's not in primer. Where did I do with her body? There's her body. Okay. I reprinted her head, but this is Darth Talon. So the only problem was I reprinted this because if you watch the video, for some reason, I think it might have been my orientation, the hips on her kind of shrunk down some. And when I was putting, I don't want to say they shrunk. I think her torso was shrunk. Because when I would put it on, it wouldn't fit in like this, where it goes underneath the line of her briefs here. There was a huge gap there, and to try to fill that in, it wouldn't have looked good. Like, I got a little gap here, but if I really press on it, it goes down and it's not a problem. The only unfortunate part was I didn't want to put her in a thong. There is one with a panty covering her ass more. But I don't know why Abe 3D only pre-supported the one with the thong on it. So now her booty is going to be hanging out. But I'm not really worried about that, because you're not really going to be looking at her butt, because her butt's going to be facing the wall. You're going to be looking at her head and stuff like that. So it's a big character. If I had the base, I would put the base down and show you. But her legs, you know, she's like 20 inches, not 20 inches tall. With the base, she's 20 inches tall. So this is the biggest figure that I've ever done. Abe 3D, like I said, their pre-supports are beautiful. They put them in the right spot. The one thing I like about what the artists have been doing now, I have problems with the eye placement on a lot of stuff. Most of the time, one will be shooting this way and one will be shooting that way. But what they're doing now is Abe 3D puts the eye in there very lightly, so it makes it easier to see which direction the eye is going, and makes it a lot easier to paint the eyes, and they'll look correct. Even though I'll still screw them up somehow, I will. Hi, Kelly. You warming up your hands? Were the puppies good?
Bully is still out there.
He doesn't want to come in again?
I threw the ball thinking he'd
Did Kenny come out and help you?
No, he went all the way down by the shed in the big thing of leaves, and now he's laying it.
Tell Kenny to help you.
He's upstairs.
So tell him to help you.
He took all them out.
No, tell him to help you get the dog in.
No, let him sit out there.
He might be at the back door now. Don't make me call Kenny. Would definitely be a tragedy if those hips shrunk. What's going on, Brian? Kenny's looking forward to sanding those backsides. Actually, I don't have to sand. The problem that I was having with the witch, I figured out through Abe 3D's how he set them up. No, there's the hiney, so you can see the hiney real quick. Don't even have to sand it. Came out super smooth. And this was printed. Okay. This is where I'm saying you don't see the difference. The head was printed because it wouldn't fit on the build plate with this. The head was printed on the 12K, and her torso and her hips were printed on the 14K. And you can't tell the difference between either one. It's really like my old Mono X, you would see layer lines and all sorts of stuff on here, but they're getting so much better with the printers. It's just ridiculous. And like I said, when I get primer on here, a lot of that stuff goes away, and it'll look good. So this is going to be interesting. I've never done all red skin before, so I'm probably going to screw that up royally, but Joe Hudson's already been giving me tips on what to do with the paint, the highlights and stuff. I'm not a big highlight and shadow guy. I just paint it, put it up, especially something this big. Like, you could probably see from the regular directional light, the regular light's already taking care of shadows like under her arms, under her boobies, and other areas that natural light is going to hit, and it's going to take care of those shadows. So that's a nice thing. Like the smaller The smaller things like 1/35 scale and all that, I think you really got to push the highlights and the shadows because it's so small and natural light can't really take care of it as well as something this big. So I'll just do my best, put her up on the shelf and say it's something else done. But this is my Star Wars build. So if you guys still have time, we got January, February, March, and April to get a Star Wars build done for the Star Wars group build. What's going on, Jeff? Good to see you, sir. Kelly walked out. She's trying to get Blaine to come back inside. He's been a scutch this week where he just refuses to come in. He'll go all the way down by the sheds and lay down in the leaves and say, I am not coming home. I'm not coming home. Which side is this? That's the other thing about the Abe 3D prints. His key work is phenomenal too. If I can line this up right, his keys fit beautifully. Every other print that I've done, I've had to adjust the keys by either shaving down the big key or opening up the hole. He really does really nice work. See, that guy slides in there. I got to hold it this way I don't drop it because I did drop the other hand and I broke her nail off. But shockingly enough, I found the nail and I was able to super glue it back in place. But that's with her arm on, so she's going to be holding the lightsaber, and the lightsaber's frickin' long. And the paint scheme isn't really that difficult on this. Basically, her skin tones are red. The tattoos are all black. Her panties and her boots and her stockings are all black. So it's a lot of black and like a dark silver or a gunmetal on the armor on her legs and like the armor on her arms over here. So, and the armor on her breasticles. I'm sure somebody's gonna flag it and say he had sexual content on there. If you think a 3D resin print is sexual content, my friends, you need to get out the house and find yourself a lady friend. Get yourself a lady friend. Don't get yourself a permanent lady friend. They cost you money. Get yourself a temporary lady friend. They cost you less money. Is Bud here? What's going on, Bud? What color saber did she have in the documentary of the War of the Stars? No clue. All I know is from looking up images of her online, her saber is red. In every picture I see, her lightsaber is red, so I am going with red. If that is wrong, I will get yelled at by Star Wars people, and I won't care. I really won't care. If they want to yell at me because I did something wrong, no big deal. She does have a cool lightsaber, though. Oh, don't break that. I got 2 hilts. This, what I'm going to do is go with the Joe Hudson method. I think he said for his Batman he did, and it looks black, he did 70. I'm going to have to make extra just to make sure I have enough paint. I think it was 70 drops of black and 30 drops of blue. So it still looks black, but it's really, really dark. And then you can get into the recesses with a black wash, and it'll look, deeper and all that other good stuff. There's one thing I didn't know. The end of her hilt, that there lights up. In all the pictures I've seen, that lights up red, but I'm just going to paint that in red. If I knew that, I might have attempted, but I don't think I would have been able to pull it off, print it up in clear and get an LED in there, but that would have been a real pain in the butt. It's easier just to light up the saber portion of this and have a very long light saber. A saber doodle, and then tomorrow I'll work on this some more. Work on her some more. A lot of sanding, so that's got to be done. A lot of cleanup and then priming and then more sanding because I messed up some spots on the base and I'm not going back in there. It's going to be how it is. Got to be red for a Sith. Make them kyber crystals bleed. See, you guys know too much, man. You guys know way too much. A 2-hour lady friend. There you go, Benny. We know what we're talking about. A 2-hour lady friend. Good enough. Oh, God. That's why I love you guys. I love my wife, but she's cost me a lot of money over the years. A lot of money. I got some gray hair too. Oh man, Benny, I saw the lot lizard the other day that kept itching her down there and felt bad for where she was visiting. Don't feel bad for the customers. Oh boy. Oh man, there's some interesting stuff out there. But yeah, that's Darth Talon. If you're interested in the build, I think I have already 5 or 6 videos up of everything I'm doing. A lot of you guys here are members, so I'm doing it for free now for regular subscribers and Patreon, just to show everybody what I'm doing. But for after this build for members, you guys are going to be the ones that get the full build. Everything I'm doing, like I said, with paint colors, ratios, what tools I'm using, what I printed up on. You guys will see all of that because you're members and you're generously donating. So you'll get the full, whatever, 10, 12 hours of footage, whatever it may be. And then on regular YouTube. You calling me? Then on regular YouTube, for regular subscribers, they'll get the shorts and they'll get the 8 to 15 minute video of broken down from the beginning to the end, just a real quick version. So you guys, because you're members, you're going to get more than anybody else gets. So I do have Patreon, but I'm thinking of shutting that down because Patreon, they rip off the people that are supposed to be making the money. I have 2 paying members over, because I just started that. I have 2 paying members over there for I forgot how many months. So basically, however long it was, I made $40 from Patreon donations. You know how much I got out of that? $11. $11. They kept $29. Where YouTube is much better. They keep their share, but the creator makes more on the membership. So I'm thinking of shutting down the Patreon because that's, and not a lot of people there. Everybody here on YouTube is where everybody watches me, and we have 29 members. So like I said, you guys are going to get all the behind the scenes stuff. I'll start doing behind the scenes posts on the community that only the members can see. You guys are going to be, the 29 members are going to be voting on certain stuff that we build, and then some subscriber stuff they'll get to vote on certain things. So you guys are going to get more than anybody else. You ain't paying for the friendship, you're paying for them to leave after. There you go. Yeah, that is crazy, Shoe. $40 and I got 11 and change out of it. So basically, let's make it $11. $29 they kept and gave me 11. If it was, I think with YouTube, I want to say it's a 70-30 split. 70 to the creator, 30 to YouTube. It's a much better split on YouTube than it is Patreon. So don't be shocked, Shu, if I shut that thing down, and I'll post about that. I'll shut it down. It's not. It's definitely a place that I can see why people are leaving there. It's just not worth it. Maybe if you have. But I couldn't even picture. Say you were making one of the guys, like, I don't know if you guys watch Boy Like Hobby Time, where he's got 1 million subs and he's got a shit ton of Patreons. I'm curious how much money Patreon is keeping from him. When you could rather do a YouTube membership where you're getting a higher percentage of what the people are donating. You got to visit. You can visit, but you got to go. You can visit, but you got to go. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut that down. You guys, some of you guys, we're over. Somebody was 30, and Chris, I think, was 39 months already. I didn't believe we're doing this. So I thank you guys. You've been helping out with a lot of stuff, which is awesome. But it is almost 9:30. We've been on an hour and a half. I haven't eaten yet. I want to clean this printer up. So I'm going to try to get on as much as possible. Now that it's the new year. Hey, Nick, you just got on, and we're leaving. Happy New Year, sir. Yes, Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully everybody has a great New Year. Happy, healthy, all that other good stuff that goes along with it. I'm going to see what I can find to scrounge up to eat upstairs, because the only thing I ate today was breakfast. And I'm going to work on getting this machine all set up so I can start printing more stuff. Samantha, for anybody that's just jumping in, I'm going to be printing up Samantha from Bewitched. It's a little vignette from UEL. And they'll be for sale up on the website as soon as I get those perfected. They'll be up there. UEL, there's only two. I don't remember who the other guy is, but me and another guy are the only two people with permission to sell printed files. No STLs, because I never sell those, but we have permission to sell them, and I'm part of his Patreon. I actually pay him a little more on his Patreon because he doesn't allow a lot of people to sell printed models of his stuff, so I pay him more, so he gets a little more than what he's asking for. So we'll see those, and I'll let you know when those are out. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here, and I am going to go eat, and hopefully I will see you Saturday night if nothing's too crazy, because I am trying to get more build time in to get this finished, because I want to finish my builds. I would really like to finish my builds. I start a lot of stuff and don't finish it. But thanks again for everybody that's been hanging out. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for being members here. And I will see you all soon. Take care, and bye-bye, everybody.